So Tommy took the entire week off of work this week, and the main reason for that was to just knock off a bunch of the projects that we have on our list for the springtime. The two main ones being putting up the new fence around my kitchen garden by the house and getting as much knocked out of our scullery build out as possible. Unfortunately, despite being mid-April, the weather forecast for the week wasn't great. On Monday, it was snowing/raining most of the day, but thankfully we had a lot of work to do in the workshop, making all 689 pickets for the fence, one by one, and that took up the entire day. I did get out of the workshop for a little bit to replant the onions that I had planted last week, but then blew out of their holes during the crazy windstorm that we had. We did it. We finished all 689 pickets. We actually only need like 670 something, but we used all of the wood that we had. And the crummy weather definitely made it easy to just hunker down in the workshop and get them all made. But tomorrow is supposed to be nicer, so we will work on getting all of the 4x4 posts in. And then we have the cross posts that are, I think, 1x4s maybe. One of the things I'm most excited about is this entire barrel of cutoffs from all the points at the tip of the pickets. And hopefully we're gonna have some type of biochar retort set up soon, and we can use all of these to make some biochar. So, very busy day, but many hands make light work. So unfortunately, we woke up Tuesday ready to start putting some posts in, but realized pretty quickly that the weather was going to be awful yet again. So we switched gears, and Tommy decided to start on building the final wall that's going to go up in the scullery to separate it from the workshop. And I decided to go and clean out the chicken coop. All the winter bedding that's been building up in there needs to get out because we are going to be brooding chicks in there in just a few weeks. The contractor we hired to do the window and doors for the scullery came back and got all of the siding done, and it looks so good. I'm really happy with it. Tommy worked really hard all day Tuesday and was able to get the new wall completely built, including the doorway to go into it, and he even got the electrical run for the few outlets that we're going to have to plug our freezers in on the scullery side of it. Wednesday was finally time to start putting up the new fence post. The weather still wasn't that great. It was pretty windy and cold, but we really needed to make some progress on this part of our project list. So we kind of set up a system where I laid out all of the posts in the board, and Tommy and the kids worked on digging the holes and getting them in. I really wanted to tackle the fencing one side at a time because we have to take down the old fencing in order to put the new fencing up. And I didn't want the chickens or the dogs just to be able to get in all four sides. So we took the old fencing down of the side closest to the house first and started getting the post and the boards up for that. We've never built a picket fence before, and it's not overly complicated. There are just obviously a lot of pieces to put up, and we wanted to screw the pickets so that they would stay in long term, but making everything level and allowing kids to help made it take a little bit longer than we anticipated, so we didn't completely finish the pickets on this side on Wednesday. Thursday was finally the first day of decent weather. Tommy got up and finished all the pickets on the first side really early, and we decided that it would be faster just to go up and brad nail them all initially and then have the kids come back later and screw them in. So that's what he did, and he got to work then putting posts in on the second side while I was getting just a bunch of prep work done inside of the garden, getting my tarps back in place from the windstorm, getting my landscape fabric down, and that kind of stuff. But we were able to completely get up the entire second side of pickets by the end of the night, thanks to our helpers who worked so well as a team. Just really grateful for their willingness to help on these projects. Friday, we were expecting rain later in the afternoon, so we got up and at it right away to try to get the next stretch of fence done. Thankfully, we had our system pretty much down by this point, but the only issue we had was that on this side of the garden, there is a really significant grade, and so we thought we were going to try to just keep the fence level the whole way down, but what we ended up with was about an 18-inch gap underneath our pickets in the far corner. So we had to adjust it to be kind of a gradual grade, which took some extra time and planning, but we were able to get it done. Of course, once it started raining, Tommy did not stop working. He came right back to the scullery and started hanging up the drywall on the new wall he had built. And then he had to put up some trim around the door so that he could finish hanging the rest of the metal.